Welcome to this video on the topic of statistics. In this video, we'll be learning how to use our graphics calculators seen over here to determine the spread of data within a numerical dataset. Turning our attention to the dataset shown over here, what we're going to do is use this dataset as an example of how we go through the menus to calculate the spread of the data. Getting started, we start off in the top menu of our calculator here. From here we go into stats mode by pressing 2. After which we're presented with, in my case, list 1 and list 2 already populated. Now this information might be important or it might be unimportant. I'm going to assume it is, so I'm not going to delete these lists, but rather I'm going to use list 3 for this data over here. You might want to do the same. Now next thing I need to do is put the data as shown over here into the calculator. I've got an option of doing the non-ordered and the ordered. I'm going to do the non-ordered because that's the data you might see most often. My data's in. Now the first thing I might want to find with this data is how I can determine the min and the max, or the minimum and maximum values. Now we can go through one var, but another way which we can do it is we can sort our list from ascending or in descending order. To do this, I go back to the top menu, statistics, I press F6 and I go into tool. From there I have an option of going sort ascending or sort descending. I'm going to go ascending so it matches what we have here. Now the first menu that pops up is a menu asking us how many lists we'd like to sort. For this one we're going to be simple and just sort a single list, so 1. After which it asks us for which list we'd actually like to sort. In our case it's list 3. Your calculator may be different. After clicking OK, what you can see is the data is now sorted in ascending order. This is matching with what we have over here. To be able to get the minimum and maximum value, all we need to do is look at the extremities of the list. So the first one being 15, that's our min, and 35 is our maximum. So that's one way in which you can process this data to get the min and the max. Now the other way you can do it is you go to the top menu, go across, and you look for calc. Within calc we have one var. This is the option we use to be able to process this data here. Now if I click on it, it's going to give me some random data. What I first need to do is I need to make sure that this one var calculation is set to the list I'm interested in this case list 3. To do this I'm going to press F6 to go into set. From there I'm going to make my one var x list equal to list 3. Reason for 3 is that's where my data is. To do this I press F1 and I tell it to look at list 3. Going back, now I can click one var. What we can see is when we go into one var, we now have the statistical information pertaining to this information shown here. Going down, the first thing I'll find is my minimum. In this case it's called min-x. This is 15 and my maximum 35. This is in agreement. The next two pieces of data we can get are the upper and lower quartiles. The upper quartile being Q3 is 32, this is in agreement here, and the lower quartile 17 shown over here. Now the other statistical information that you can get is the median, in this case it's 22, however we looked at this in the previous video. Now to be able to determine the range in the interquartile range, you cannot do it through this system here. Rather you must go back to menu and into the run matrix mode, in which case you just do the calculations manually. Thus we get the range of 20 and the interquartile range of 15. So in summary, what we had a look at in this video was how we can determine the spread of the data using these Casio calculators. We first looked at how we got the min and the maximum values by sorting our list, and then to get the other statistical information we had a look at using the one var option.